my church is 50% millennials. I don't really know why, but there's some connectivity between me and millennials. I kind of get them.
Because you dress fly. I mean, like, we're clearly in sync, so.
Cool. But we're going to do this together. So welcome to the T.D. Jakes Show. You got the baby, you got your husband. Everything that matters is in your hand.
How do you trust that opportunities will come back around? Because I think in our 20s, we're like, if we pass up on a job, we're like, oh God, it'll never come back to me. So how do you trust and believe that, God may give you an idea 5 years ago that you have to wait for an appointed time for it to come to fruition?
The first thing is I had built a strong brand before I ever started the discussion. And I think it's important that when you have something that you are bringing to the table that you are sure it has a value, that you don't diminish yourself just so that you can have an opportunity. It is better to wait for something that respects you than to go in so low that it diminishes what you've worked for. Now, it's different when you're starting out new and you've never done it before. You got to get in where you fit in and hope for the best. But I have certain standards for myself. And if something drops beneath a certain standard, I don't invest time where I'm not respected in my brand and what I have to offer is not appreciated. Or if the opportunity doesn't fit who I am authentically at my core. I don't think you ought to shoot at every opportunity that passed by. And the other thing I want to say to you too is you don't wait for it to happen again. You make it happen again. You got to get out there and make it happen. You got to knock on doors. You cannot keep your dreams a secret. You have to put them out there on display and have people say whatever they want to, but keep on pointing your actions toward your dreams.
Now, you mentioned that you got married at 24, and you do a lot of work with women in their confidence and becoming whole. I'm 25, and I doubt there are any men that I am surrounded by that are ready to get married, right now. I think women, we always feel like we know, or is that my husband, Lord?
Right.
So, what advice would you share to men who are, trying to be in this industry, who feel like they're not ready to date or be in a relationship because their career is so, I think a lot of women, we get that excuse, oh, I don't want to date because I'm so, focused on my grind or my hustle. And so, as women, we're doubting ourselves and we are lacking confidence because these men aren't ready. So because you got married so young, were you whole and were you ready and were you confident in yourself, and what would you tell other men?
No, I wasn't whole. I'm not sure that you ever are whole in the sense of being the way I think you mean whole. I think the art of life is to find somebody whose brokenness fits you and you accommodate each other and you grow together. But the reason I say you're not whole is because life is like dancing on a moving floor. As soon as you get used to it, it moves. And so maybe by the time you get used to having little kids, they're not little kids. By the time you get used to having teenagers, they're gone. Everything keeps changing. So you're never so sure of yourself because your life keeps evolving. So you want somebody who is liquid with you, who will grow with you and go with you. But the deeper answer to your question, I want the women who are listening at me not to think that the slothfulness of young men to marry you is an indictment against you. Like it's because you're not pretty enough, or you're not smart enough, or you're not sexy enough, or all of the things that the world would tell you. The truth of the matter is, we don't raise our sons to have marriage as a goal. Our sons don't grow up playing house or playing with dolls or imagining what they're going to wear to their wedding. We raise our girls as if they are not really accomplished until they have a marriage. Wow. We don't tell the boys that. So when you get to the dating point that you're at right now, you have been practicing something that the man has never thought about.
It's so powerful.
And that is where the problem is. He doesn't see you as the dream he imagined when he was little, not because you're not beautiful, but because he wasn't taught with that kind of thought.
Whew. Yes, okay.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. A lot of people, they'll have a dream, but they can't see past the humble beginnings. So can you share just, how do you encourage people who can't see beyond their circumstances to know that one day they'll have, the Potter's House and the television show and, Mega Fest?
I would say to your generation, wherever you are on the totem pole, whether you're halfway there, just at the bottom, Don't despise small beginnings. Small beginnings get you ready for great things, but don't get stuck on small. Don't stop dreaming and reaching and enhancing what you have. I believe that God promotes you when you graduate from the level you're on. He's not going to promote you because you have a dream. He's going to promote you because you have maximized where you are, and then you go to the next level.
If you see, whether it's reality shows or there's people who don't look like you who are becoming more successful, how do you have confidence within yourself, in your complexion, in your hair, to know that, and not question how God made you?
First of all, I think that we pay far too much attention to externals. If you are gifted enough, nappy-headed, gap-toothed, bow-legged, acne face, I don't care what it is, greatness will shine through anything. Anything. Don't be trying to change the package more than you change the product. Because I don't care how fancy you wrap trash up in, it's still trash. And I don't care how cheap the box is you put a diamond ring in. Nothing about the box diminishes the value of the content. Put the greatest emphasis on what's in you, your knowledge, your wisdom, your inner strength, your character, your tenacity. And people will look through the box and always walk away with the product. Nobody keeps the container. They always keep the product.
Whew, that is a phenomenal way to end. Thank you so much for your time.
Real
so
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Congratulations on the
Success.
season.
Thank you.